Hello class. Wanted to talk about unit conversion factors. Let me take as an example what I've already talked to you about is that driving into Alabama from the western edge, I saw two signs that were right on top of each other, 8 kilometers, and it was the same as 5 miles. Well, such an equality can be used to make a unit conversion factor. The conversion factor can be either 8 kilometers divided by 5 miles. And if you ever came across a number of miles, let's say a marathon, 26 miles, you would multiply these together. Now this is in the denominator of this fraction. And this is in the numerator of this fraction. You just treat the units as though they were numbers. And as you know, when a number is in the numerator and the same number is in the denominator, they will cancel out. So in this case, let's see if we can do a strike through. Okay, so let's well, let's go up here to format. Yeah, it's not letting us format easily. Font, color, underline. Aha! Strike through. Okay? And this mile down here, bump, strike through, bump. So they cancel out because this is in the numerator, this is in the denominator. And so you multiply everything together, and let's pull up the calculator. Windows Accessories, Calculator, let's move that off to the side. 26 times 8 equals 208 divided by 5, 41.6. Now, these are integers, the 8 and the 5, and the 26 is only two significant figures. Therefore, the answer should be rounded to two significant figures, so it's greater than 0.5, so the 6 will convert that 1 to a 2, so it's 42 miles. I'm leaving the S off of it for mile and kilometer. So 42 miles. This was a unit conversion factor. It's the same value divided by the same value on top as below, although has an associated unit. And so we know since 8 kilometers is the same as 5 miles, this is the value 1. That's why it's called a unit meaning 1, conversion factor. Okay, let's use that same conversion factor. Instead of using the slash as the solidus in the fraction, let's try to actually draw a line underneath. So let's see. 8. No, this 5 is going to be on top now. 5 mile. And let's try to get a line under there. Let's see if we can do that. Boom. And then down below is 8. No, I don't need to get rid of the line. 8 kilometers. And this is all times, that's, times so this would be used, this is the unit conversion factor here, this will be used to convert from kilometers to miles. So let's take something we know, 100 kilometers. How many miles is that? Well, this kilometers will cancel with these kilometers, top and bottom. And you will be left with 5 times 100 divided by 8 miles. 5 times 100 divided by 8 equals 62.5. And the rule for rounding 0.5, well, actually, we got 3 significant. Well, depends on how you interpret this. Was that 100 point? Or was that, it's 100 point. That's 3 significant figures. So we would use all 3 of them, 62.5. Now, if we had ended up with just 2 significant figures, then the 62 would have to be rounded up or rounded down based on this number, and this is 5, it's on the cusp, and the rule for 0.5 is to round to the nearest even digit. And so since this is 2, it would round to 62. So, but we have 3 significant figures as I've written it here, so you keep all 3. Those are unit conversion factors. Now, sometimes we're going to have something like we're going to have something like 20. Get rid of the strike through. We're going to have something like 22 grams per centimeter cubed. Now, in computer language, a caret is used to mean cubed, but here we have the advantages of a word processor, and we can make it a little prettier. And so the question is, what would this be in pounds per inch? Okay? Equals question mark LB per, they call that pounds mass, per inch cubed. Okay? Well, in this case, we've got multiple relationships to use. One is that 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds mass, and that would be the same dividing both sides by 1,000. It would be 1 gram is equal to this K represents a factor of 1,000. So when you divide by 1,000, the K goes away. And you get 2.2 times 10 to the minus 3. Okay, so now there's one relationship we have. And the other is inch. We know that 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. But we've got more than one factor of an inch here. We've got 3 factors of inches here. So it's going to take 3 unit conversion factors containing inch in order to remove it. So let's write the unit conversion factor. Since the inch is in the denominator, in the unit conversion factor it'll have to be in the numerator. So it's going to be 1 inch divided by 2.54 centimeters. Oh, I'm sorry. We're not removing inches cubed in the denominator. We were removing centimeters cubed in the denominator. So we've got to use this. 2.54 centimeters divided by 1 inch. So we're going to, by multiplying this each time, it's going to take a centimeter out of the denominator and replace it with an inch. And we want to get rid of the gram and make it a pound mass. And that, the gram is in the numerator, so gram's going to have to be in the denominator. It's going to be 2.2 times 10 to the minus 3. Divided by 1 gram. Okay, so what we need to do is take our 2.2, our quantity here, copy. We're going to move it down here, paste. Then we multiply it by something to get rid of the gram in the numerator. I left the units off here. Pound mole. I'm sorry, pound mass. Okay. And then it's going to be times this one, copy, paste, but times that again, because we have 3 factors of centimeters here that we have to remove. So we've got 1 here in the numerator, we got a second one, and we got a third one. And so we carry out that calculation. By the way, 22 grams per centimeter cubed, that's about the heaviest that the elements get. I think osmium has that density. Even gold is not quite that dense. mercury is about 15 grams per cubic centimeter. It's fairly heavy also. So here we've got 22 times 2.2 exp, 3, find the plus minus, equals, we've done the first calculation, times 2.54 equals, we've done the second one, times 2.54, done the third one, times 2.54 equals. So it equals 0.79 pounds per cubic centimeter. Now this has two significant figures. This has two significant figures. This has 3, 3, 3. So the number that we use is the one that has the fewest number of significant figures, which is the first number. This 2.2, we're not sure how many significant figures that has. Probably only 2. So anyway, it's two significant figures. It's going to equal 0.79. Put too many equal signs there. Pounds mass per inch cubed. And that's how it's done. Thank you very much for listening.